Okay, so hello, welcome to Power Hour. Um, you know, if we're gonna make Ad One a part of our culture, okay, we've got to insulate ourselves with the way that just our own belief, right? We have to first believe that it's best for the person. So we've got to get really clear on understanding this that statistically they're not going to give up. If you start something with someone, or if you and your friend are walking partners and you don't want to go one day, but my workout partner is Shannon, not the Shannon, but I know like that today I didn't want to go to leg day. And I'm like, I told Shannon I was going. I got to go, right? And there's a mentality around being accountable. And so we want to create that and foster that in this experience because, maybe they're not, sorry, I'm waving that off. Maybe they're not going to remain that way. Maybe it's not going to be for everyone forever, but it's going to start them off strong and it's going to give them a jumping off point. So we want to get really clear on why this is so good for people to start with an accountability partner. So insulating yourself in that knowledge, right? Understanding that they're 80% more likely that they will give up on themselves, but they will not give up on their friend, right? And finding a way to say that, and obviously, we have a multitude of different ways that we can say it. Here's what's working for me is the urgent approach. Okay. The urgent approach says that they get signed up, and then I just go right into, okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find your accountability partner. Okay, we need to find somebody that you're going to do this with so that you guys can be accountable to each other. You're going to be 80% more likely to stick with it and to stick with it together. So I want to know, who do you think, based on either issues that you currently have or someone in your life that that could be blessed by feeling better, who would that be? Who could we talk to today? Right? And the urgency is going to kick off everything because they're going to start thinking about it right away. And a lot of times when I've used it, they will come back and be like, well, you know what? My cousin, you know what? I thought immediately when I was getting signed up, I actually already thought of my aunt who struggles with arthritis, like whatever it is. They don't have to have the same issues, but sometimes when, we can mention it that way, that can get their ball rolling. I know one of my ambassadors, the whole unit, her whole family unit has diabetes. Okay. So I'm like, I knew that from before because she came back from a long time ago. I'm like, who's got diabetes that's ready for a change right now? Right. And I knew that about her. So I was able to speak to her situation. But even if you don't, it's okay. You can just say it in a neutral way. But it's getting the practice at opening the conversation. Maybe you're somebody that's never offered an accountability partner, or you didn't say it like that. You're like, we can get your products paid for, or which is obviously the goal, or let's go silver or whatever. Like, the thing is that if you're watching this call, you in some way, shape, or form believe this is your career, right? This is either a very serious side gig for you, or this is your career. And people might look at you and be like, I don't want that, but we can still use their referral. Like, they don't have to want this because they immediately, especially if they're a strong woman, especially if they have, had a career they're proud of, especially whatever, they don't feel like they need something else, right? And let's let them believe that. It's okay, right? Because all of us didn't think that either, probably. I mean, there are people who start for the business, but for most people, they take the products and they're like, I could refer this, right? Because you see yourself as being successful. So just know that even a diamond has to start with their first referral. So the accountability program and the Ad One campaigns, that helps them break that seal immediately. Okay. And I used to worry about the fast start window and worrying about it, whatever, but we are going to baby step everybody through this, and they're going to be able to say yes or no. And we're going to turn one order into two, bare minimum, right? Best is one order into four. Even better is one order into eight, okay, or nine. right? But it all starts with one. So the sense of urgency of getting them thinking immediately. And maybe you didn't say this to people. Maybe you're looking at your back office, you're like, I got a lot of people in here that haven't just gotten started. And how could I incorporate this? Well, how you're going to incorporate it is you're going to go and you're going to check on them. You're going to be like, "How you feeling? How's it going?" "Oh, this and that." You're going to do your check-in, your touch point, and then you're going to say to them, "Hey, listen, I made a mistake because I didn't know how important this was. I did not help you find your accountability partner right out of the gate because we as a company did not have the research back about that you're 80% more likely to have success. And I know you're feeling good. What if it could get better because you and a friend are doing it together? And you and a friend are committing together. So who can we talk to today that you know, now that you've been on the products, who do you know that would want to get a little bit more energy, take care of their sugar cravings? Maybe they've got some pain. Who have you thought of as you've been on your own journey that could be interested in this? They have, literally. They have. We're in the world of Amazon, like sharing Amazon links and sharing restaurant ideas and all these things. They've thought of it. And if they haven't, they'll think of it today because you're going to tell them that we're going to talk to the person today. Do not sleep on the urgency. Because guess what could happen? They could be like, "Oh, you know what? I would love to, but I am super out of pocket today. I'm super busy." "Oh, no problem. How about tomorrow morning you start that message?" "Oh, great. Perfect." You've shown up to their obstacle, but you've offered a solution and they know that you're going to be coming back expecting that. So your job then is to message them in the morning if they haven't started the message. You have to be passionate about this. You cannot have your foot off the gas. If you want something different in 2025, you have to approach it differently. So add one accountability partner, get language that you love, get language that you feel comfortable with, fight your way through it. The first couple ones, you're going to feel like you're that baby deer, right? That was just born, or the giraffe, right? After, you just don't know how to use your legs, but you're going to get better. The more that you say this, the more that you do this, the more confident you will be, the more sure you will be. Okay. This is important. Next thing I want to tell you is this. I love our corporate calls. I love them. However, I feel like they are confusing because I just get a sense that it's a lot, right? So here's my workaround. This is my workaround for you. If you get really, really good at accountability partner, add one conversation, then as soon as they are thinking of someone, as soon as they get that person into a chat, as soon as that they sponsor that first person, and by the way, then you would go to them and you would say, "Oh my God, you did so good at that, girl. That was fast. You thought you were going to find anybody. I just want to let you know that if you had a couple more, you'd actually earn a total of like over $350. This happened really fast. Can I help you continue to talk to some of your people?" Right? And so then they get the chance to go silver. If they say yes to that, I want you to invite them to Monday, right? But if they are like, "No, blah, blah, blah," you're going to invite them and their referral to Thursday. Okay. I want them to be supportive. Now, if somebody comes out of the gate and you're going at them for the business, of course, get them on Monday. Of course, if you're going hardcore and you're, grooming or prospecting, grooming is a negative connotation, but if you're prospecting them and they're a whale in your life and you're like, "She will kill it and she's been dodging and blah, blah, blah," come in, corporate call, bam, 100%. But I feel like what's happening is when we're cold calling people to get them on these calls, it's a large ask when this team is really, really good at getting people into messages, closing them right away, and using those as a sale deepener. Okay. Because and ignore me if you want. I am not writing a new Bible of how we're going to do any of this. But I feel like we delay wins when we're waiting for these calls, when what we can do is get the sale and then send them into a bucket. right? Now, if somebody is a constant follow up, they've kept saying no, kept saying no, yeah, 100%. You're on your follow up list and you're like, get them onto a Thursday call, get them onto a Monday call. If they've been interested in the business or liking all your stories when you're on a trip, Monday call. I mean, we know how to do this, okay? And the thing is that I want to start utilizing it in this way because some of my seasoned leaders have told me that this feels confusing for them, and also new people. Imagine doing this with them. I would rather get them to get people into three-way messages with me, get them wins, get them money, and then do sale deepening techniques like inviting them to these calls, exposing them to the company, right? ATMing them, right? We have that as a sale deepener as well. So, don't be afraid to do what we do best. We know how to find people. We know how to ask open-ended questions. We know how to get them to say yes to buying these products. Do it. Don't wait for Monday or Thursday, guys. And listen, I'm speaking passionately, but I mean, I was telling everybody to do that. So like, I'm just dropping back into curiosity. I'm stepping back and I'm looking at like what kind of beautiful skills do we have as a group, right? And we have passionate people, great with supporting people in the products. We know how to get people to say yes. And so that's what we need to do. And then we need to send them into a corporate call. We've already got what we want out of them. That sounded bad, but you get what I'm saying, right? And then we send them in for more support. We let the company come in hot with more support because we have that skill. There are, I'm sure, I can't speak for any other teams, and they might be doing it differently, but I really thought about it and I thought, okay, we are better at we're not better. We are good at the front part. Like we don't need that to be the selling piece, right? We need that as the deepener. We need people to come in and see, oh my gosh, there's a doctor that's involved in this. Oh my gosh, this is explained really, really well. Oh my gosh. And then when you send people to that Thursday night call, you say, hey, what did you learn? Tell me what you learned. I want to know what you learned. Who do you know after you watch that? Who did you think of while you were watching that? Right? Again, they've done their accountability partner potentially. And then obviously if we invite the accountability partner too, maybe you've gone into the group chat of their group chat and you're like, hey, this is happening tonight. You guys might love this. Even if you can't attend, register for it. They're going to send it right to you. Right. And then you have a talking point of something to go back to. Same thing when someone's like, I think I could find two more referrals. And you're like, awesome. Like, I can't wait. Like, let's do it. And like, I know it's only Friday, but I'm going to send you a link. On Monday, there are some stories of women who have been successful on this side of it. And I feel like if you'd want to learn more, I feel like these are great, really polished ladies to talk you through it. What do you think about that? Right? So we're not waiting on those calls to close the deal, right? But as I say, there will be follow-up people that will be the sale closer. We just have to understand that as a system, as a team-wide system, we're not waiting on the calls to close the business. We're closing the business and utilizing the calls. We're just doing it in different order. Okay? All right. So what I want us to do with this power hour is I want us to make sure that we are going into our virtual offices right now. And I want you to work on level ones. Okay, here's another thing. I really learned something about these reports, which I think is super great, is that you guys might know this, you can collapse certain columns. No, rows, columns. You can collapse certain columns. And then when you go to export it, you can export it exactly that same way, which is huge, which is amazing. And here's the thing. We're probably, I'm going to speak for myself, but I'm sure that you look at that virtual office and you're like, this is overwhelming. I feel like angry at everything I'm looking at, but we have to let it work for us. We need to go in and just play around with it a little bit. But what I want you to do is I want you to just get, your level ones. get those pulled up, or I don't know how big everybody's team is, but you can just, either sort it or you can just, page through. But we want to evaluate, where is this person in their journey? I don't care if they've been around for years. You take this back to them. You say, I never knew that I should have made you do this. I know I've talked to you about the business. This is not about the business. This is about one person you partnering with. So who's it going to be? I know exactly who I'm going to message. Her name's Kelly. She is so dumb for not working this business because she's had the most incredible everything, but I'm sick of her crap and I'm just going to get her an accountability partner. Like, I don't care. Does that make sense? Like, I'm just done. I'm going to play your game. I'm going to turn your order into two and we're moving on. Okay. So I want us all to do that. And I want us to fail forward with the conversation of how to say this. Okay. And if we need to brainstorm, like we're all here to brainstorm how to say it, right? I want us to send a couple. I'd like us to send, if we can, 5, 7, 9 messages and say, wherever they are in their journey. Imagine if you sent 9 of these and you turned 9 orders into 18 orders. I mean, that is math that I can get behind because here's the deal. You actually don't have to have jewels on your team to be a diamond. You don't have to. You're probably gonna, if you have silvers and golds, that works. Okay. It's all orders. It's all the same. No one gets anything for a certain layout. Okay. So if we can break this down and just come down to helping people remain accountable to the products using their social network, helping them understand that they're going to be more successful when they've got a buddy, that's all we need. So as a reminder, we're going to our level ones, and no matter what, even the cringy ones, even the ones where you look at their name and your butt puckers and you're like, oh, she's told me no about the business forever. Send it. Send it, because all you have to say is, this is not about a business. I know you're not interested in that. I love talking people out of stuff because they come back harder. Just try it. Right? Hey, I know that you're not interested in this, but I feel like I did not give you the opportunity to be more successful on the products. And I know that you know somebody that could be helped by this. Who do you know that needs to get a little bit more energy or feel better? Who do you know that has a fluffy middle? Who do you know that's hormonal? Who do you know that wants to kill her spouse? Okay. Like whatever. Mood swing city, come step right up. Okay. We can do this. And we've got to speak to these people the way we would speak to them if we were standing in the room with them. Okay. That is why I am Hey Girl. Okay. Because I would walk up to somebody literally and go, Hey girl, hey girl. Maybe you wouldn't. And that is okay. But I want this to be the most authentic way you've ever spoken to this person. And I want you to become homogenized with falling on the sword. I want you to just be willing to have fucked it up the first time for them. Who cares? Because guess what? The winner is the person who gets the referral. The winner is not the person who's right. You will be more successful in sales if being right is the last thing on the list. Successful sales is getting the sale, right? No matter how we have to do it. I mean, not in an immoral way, but you guys get me. Okay. So I'm going to mute myself just because I'll be clicking around as well. I want you, if you need any help with wording, whatever, but I want our goal to be to send and do it green light style where you're sending the message and not going back. Like I want you to send 9 messages, 7 to 9 messages. And then we've got about 35 more minutes. So sending, 7 to 9 messages, that's not going to take 15 minutes. But if you kind of ruffle through the language, and then you'll have the next little bit to answer them as things come in. Okay. And if you want to walk through, if they answer and you're like, what do I say? That's exactly what this is for. Okay. That's exactly what this is for.
I'm so happy I got on. It took me that whole time to send seven, but I just sent, they were all like a little different. You know what I mean? Like you got to change it just a little bit to like make it all. So I just want to say thanks for like forcing me to do that because those are people like I needed to talk to. So
Yeah. I'm in the same boat. I was going through, I saw a level two under Kim Crooms that, and she used to be a sharer. And I was like, let's just stir this up a little bit, let's just give it a try. So we'll see. But
yeah,
good job.
I know. I'm so excited. So thank you for making me do that because that's
Absolutely.
not really what I wanted to probably do today. So it's what I needed to do today.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Well, I'm going to stop the recording, you guys. We're just going to continue to work. And yeah, if you're watching the recording, hope you're having good luck.